From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your morning update.
American Door Company has been family owned and operated for over 29 years, supplying Northern California with quality garage doors, garage door openers, and installed with the best service you'd expect from a locally owned company. We serve all of Northern California from Willows all the way up to the Oregon state line. Give us a call today.
Happy Friday morning to you. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Kruger. The weekend is almost here, so we just got to get through Friday before we get into Saturday and Sunday. And you know what? We've got some rain in the forecast. I think it's a welcome sight, but we still got a couple of days where we can really get out there and enjoy this beautiful weather. So here's Kruger's Quickcast here for today. Getting you out the door this morning, a chilly start to the day. Nothing unusual here, upper 40s. We're going to start off with some clouds this morning. I don't think we're going to see any rain from those clouds, but eventually those clouds will start to dissipate as we go through the afternoon. So there you can see those clouds kind of coming in advance of this main storm system right here, which, by the way, this one's not going to bring us the rain. It's this up here that we've got our eyes on. We'll get into that a little bit later. But there are the clouds that are moving in this morning. Those will pretty much quickly move on out, but again, I don't anticipate this to bring us any rainfall. So for today, temperatures in the upper 70s in the valley. But check this out. I think it may be a little bit warmer for some of us in the inland areas. We're talking low 80s there, 82 degrees for Hoopa, 84 in Willow Creek. You've got those upper 70s in Trinity County, but cooler off to the north and east with temperatures mainly in the 60s and maybe even some low 70s in there as well. 63 for Crescent City and Trinidad, a high of about 71 degrees for that daytime high. Let's take a look at your 7-day outlook for the valley. It's dry today and tomorrow, with mild temperatures, upper 70s to about 80 degrees, absolutely gorgeous, but it is going to be much cooler as we go into the second half of the weekend and through next week. Now we got showers in the forecast Sunday, maybe even Monday, and then maybe towards the end of next week. But overall, the timing and intensity of next week's rain, not very confident in that right now, but you can see for the coast, as early as tomorrow afternoon, maybe a chance for some stray showers or a sprinkle or two, and even some of the inland areas. But the rest of us are going to have to wait until Sunday before we really start seeing some of that rainfall. That's the case for Siskiyou, Modoc, and the eastern mountains. And then we see a bit of a drying trend for Tuesday, with yet maybe another chance for showers by Wednesday, Thursday. But as I mentioned, timing, overall intensity of next week's rain, and not to mention even high elevation snow, a little uncertain. Hey, by the way, if you're wanting to go out and check out some of that fall foliage, it should be a good weekend for it. Now you'll notice north and east of the valley, we've got a lot of peak and past peak colors. So you'll probably be in pretty good shape, especially north of the valley here, and even just northeast into parts of northeastern Shasta County, maybe even parts of Modoc County, seeing some of these beautiful colors. Even Lassen County is seeing some of that. Now you'll also notice the oranges indicating moderate color. So as you head into Trinity County, western Siskiyou, Del Norte, Humboldt counties, you may start to see some decent color in there. Now as we go into October 28th, getting closer to the end of the month, I think really you're going to start seeing colors across the board. Not a ton of colors in the valley, but you can see that we are getting in that low color category, so there may be some colors that we are already starting to see for some of us here in the valley. All right, let's take a look at your weather headlines. It's going to be dry and mild going into the weekend, with cooler and unsettled this weekend, especially by Sunday into Monday. Now highs will be dropping below normal next week, and we've also got some rain and snow in the forecast for next week. And as some of these storms move through, well, also maybe you can see some gusty winds begin to pick up as well. Taking a look at the latest coming in from the Shoe Fire. Remember, always I give you that disclaimer, these numbers will most likely change by the time you're watching this, but you get the idea. We're now over 50% containment with the Shoe Fire, so we're just seeing more and more containment each and every single day. So with that all said, the fire perimeter hasn't changed much. We haven't seen much growth from the fire, so the distances to all of these different communities hasn't changed much either. But overall, looks like the Shoe Fire is one of those things where, yeah, hopefully in the next couple of weeks, it's something we can just kind of put out of our minds, and we can maybe even start wrapping up that fire season as we start going into November. In the meantime, we still got to track and monitor that fire weather risk here. For today, not much of an issue. A little bit breezy out of the south for today in the valley, not to mention into central Siskiyou County and in the eastern mountains. Also pretty gusty, it looks like, even along the coast, although not terribly concerned about fires there. Winds should be a little bit calmer for your Saturday, and then as we go into your Sunday, yeah, they may begin to pick up again, a little bit coming out of the north here for parts of the valley. and even in the eastern mountains. However, by Sunday, that's mainly just in the form of some of those showers that are pushing on through, because you'll see the humidity today, yeah, rather low coming in from the south with those winds at about 13%. But humidity begins to increase as we go into the weekend. And you can see as we go into your Sunday, we're in the 30 to even 40% range. So yes, the winds are expected to pick up on Sunday a little bit here, but the humidity levels are nothing to be concerned about. So here's the main area of low pressure I've been tracking really all week long. It is moving in our direction, or should I say to the north and east, into the north and west of us. It is helping to produce a few clouds that we're seeing out there this morning. Those will dissipate by the afternoon. In the meantime, this will weaken and it will pretty much get eaten up by the ridge of high pressure to our east. So it's not going to have a big impact on our weather. Where we're going to see the cooler temperatures and the rain is right here. You see that swirl of low pressure, the speckled clouds with the colder air. There's the band of rain that'll be moving in here sometime as early as Saturday for the coast. But it's mainly Sunday that I think most of us will see that rainfall. So here's today at 6 p.m. We've got things clearing out, but we do have some showers that are just beginning to approach. So for the coast, yes, Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, a stray sprinkle, a light shower, but everyone else still looking at dry conditions and a beautiful day for your Saturday. Then we start to see better chances for rain begin to kick in. Sunday at 6 a.m., we can see the first main band of rain pushing through. Now, what you're seeing here is isolated showers, maybe even an isolated thunderstorm popping up in some areas as well. This is not going to be a big, widespread rain event. And that's why for most of us, I'm not expecting a lot of rainfall. Here you can see noon on Sunday, that band pushes to the east, but you see how it kind of weakens a little bit. So that's why we're not seeing a ton of rainfall out of this, especially in the valley. But then we go into 5 p.m. Sunday. Now most of that rain is off to the east and even east of the valley, maybe a stray sprinkle or light shower elsewhere. But again, it's not going to be that widespread rainfall across the region. In fact, we look at the rainfall totals, and again, especially when you're talking about isolated in nature like this, it's hard to really know exactly how much rain we're going to see. But as we would typically expect, most of that rain in Del Norte County for the coast, and then less rainfall as you head off to the east. Although El Turris looks like may fare pretty well with maybe over a quarter of an inch of rainfall. But for the valley, I don't think it's going to be a whole lot of rainfall. So even if you have outdoor plans, I'd keep them on Sunday. Just note that you just may want to keep that umbrella handy as maybe you see a brief shower pass through, especially as we go into the afternoon on Sunday. So here's the longer range. There's that area of low pressure I was talking about. It gets eaten up by the ridge and it pretty much dries out. So for Sunday, again, not the widespread rain we were hoping to maybe get, but it is going to bring us some of those showers that you did see on Futurecast there. This may linger on into Monday. You've got the cooler air, which is beginning to cool down, so you can see some of that snow down to maybe as low as 4,000 feet. I think we'll be between systems on Tuesday of next week, and then sometime around Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we may see some showers begin to kind of kick on in here. But the timing and intensity of all this, the forecast models have been having a bit of a difficult time with. But bottom line is, it'll be much cooler through next week, and we'll call it unsettled with that mixture of sun, clouds, and a chance for showers from time to time as we go through next week. Forecast rainfall totals as we take a look at the long range. Again, not to take this to be exact, but just kind of give you an idea where most of that rain will be. Once again, surprise, surprise, it's off over the north coast and we see less rainfall. I mean, even as we go through the end of next week into that next weekend, November 2nd, look how much rain we're anticipating to see in the valley. It's not going to be a lot of rainfall. So again, most of it to the north and west as these storm systems approach and move through the north coast, and then those storm systems tend to break apart by the time they move over the rest of us. Now, again, I don't want you to take these numbers and go, wow, Etna's going to see 8 inches of snow. No, that is definitely not going to be the case. But I want to point out that we're getting into more of this winter type season, right? That we're beginning to see these cooler temperatures begin to move in, the cooler air is moving in, and so the forecast models are picking up on snow. Now, one of the things we always have to remember is when we start going out over 5, 6, 7 days, the numbers for the snowfall estimates are never going to be 100% accurate, and really even very close to being accurate. But I do think that places like El Turris, Bernie might be pushing it. Mount Shasta might be pushing it at elevations of around 3,000, 3,500 feet. But places like Chester at 4,500 feet, over 4,000 feet in Alturas, you could see a light dusting of snow once all is said and done through the middle and latter part of next week. But again, I think overdoing it for Etna and maybe even Wairika. And in fact, we look at the precipitation outlook, we're more in that normal category than the wetter than normal category. So again, even though we do have some rain and not to mention snow in the forecast, it just doesn't look like it's going to be a lot. But we do have that cooler air that is in place, so it is going to be significantly cooler out there. So once the temperatures do drop through next week in the valley, they're going to stay there. Now it looks like towards the end of that next weekend, we may start to see those temperatures begin to increase a little bit as well, but overall keeping those temperatures below normal. Now looking at your wave heights for today, they're still going to be fairly low, so no small craft advisories. That may change on Saturday, as we can see that approaching storm system may increase those wave heights for your Saturday afternoon. But for today, south winds at 15 to 20 knots, waves from the northwest at 2 feet in about 7 seconds, and there are no advisories, at least for today. So here's your Trinity County neighborhood forecast. Pretty nice. Temperatures upper 70s for the Highway 299 corridor, 74 degrees for Trinity Center, Ruth about 74. Now we'll be dry today and tomorrow. Those showers coming in on Saturday, and again, can't completely rule out maybe even an isolated thunderstorm for pretty much everyone, really, by the time we get to Sunday. Here's your forecast for today. Could see some showers as early as Saturday, but again, the bulk of that rain is going to hold off until Sunday morning. 83, yeah, some of these inland areas are actually going to be warmer than the valley, with 83 for Orleans, 82 for Hoopa, 84 degrees in Willow Creek. We take you out to Siskiyou County, where temperatures there should mainly be in the 60s and 70s, 79 for Happy Camp, 74 for Wairika, Dunsmuir about 73. It's dry today and tomorrow, with those showers coming in on Sunday and possibly into Monday as well. Your Modoc County neighborhood forecast, temperatures upper 60s here. There you can see about 65 though for Fort Bidwell and Cedarville, 67 in Eagleville, and there's Canby with a high of about 68 degrees. Your Eastern Mountains neighborhood forecast, mainly in the 60s, although some of the warmer spots like Paradise about 72, 75 for Quincy in Greenville, about 73. Dry today, tomorrow, and of course those showers coming in Sunday into Monday. Your Valley neighborhood forecast brought to you by our friends out at Walgamuth Painting. We've got those temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. 76 degrees for Durham, 76 for Corning, Los Molinos about 77. Dry today and mild tomorrow. And then of course those showers coming in on Sunday and possibly into Monday as well. 78 for the city of Shasta Lake and Redding today, 74 for Lakehead and Whiskeytown. And there's Palisadro with a high of about 79 degrees. So let's take a look at your 7-day outlook for Redding. And you can see those upper 70s for Friday, Saturday. And then Sunday, we got the chance for showers. Now, I do think we're going to see a chance for showers, maybe even an isolated thunderstorm. This could linger on into Monday, but I think most of the showers on Monday will be in the mountains and along the coast. Then we dry things out for Tuesday, Wednesday, then maybe another chance for showers by next Thursday, but much cooler next week. Highs in the mid to upper 60s. That's your morning update. I'll be back in the afternoon for your latest forecast.